Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of Jason making a fucking game. I'm your host, Jason, back at it again with the coding algorithms. So, last time we left off, we were working on wall jumping. And in the past 11 hours, I think I figured out what exactly the issues were. So we're going to create a quick serialized field. Bool is jumping. Set that equal to false right off the bat, just to make sure. We're going to come down here. Is jumping true. And then is jumping is equal to, nope, is equal to false. Then alright, so then we have this up here. What is jumping. So what I'm doing up here is I have this bool, so whenever I jump, it's setting it equal to true. That's what that is. And then when it's on the ground, is jumping is equal to false. I may want to set that down here. I might want to set that down here. Or. So you probably understand what the and is, or ampersand. So this is or. I don't know the official name for those lines, but that is exactly what they are. So what this is saying up here is if the player is not jumping and it's up against the wall. So I'm in fact going to put this down here. Actually, no. All right, so I'm gonna cut this real quick. I'm going to else if input dot get button up jump is jumping is with the false. Now, will that work? I don't know, but we're about to find out, aren't we? So we're going to come in back in here. We're going to test this out, shall we? Make it nice and quick. Make it nice and easy. And how it's going to go is I'm going to jump against the wall. Oh. On wall, off wall. Alright. So on wall, still on wall, which is not what we want. So we need to make it down in here. Else gravity value to gravity value original. So I'm gonna do this. Still detecting me on the wall. So that works. Put this doesn't. Maybe because it's only detecting it once. Alright. I thought that would fix it. Apparently it hasn't. But overall, the jumping works. So then... the other thing that I had was int wall jump times, and then up here we have serialize fields int wall jump max. So what this is wall jump times keeps track of how many times the player hits the wall. Why am I moving on from all of this? Because this is as good as it's going to get, and I really don't feel like breaking my brain now before I have to leave. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to implement this. So wall jump times plus plus. What we're going to do up here is... wall jump times is less than wall jump max. We'll come over here and that it's greater than, less than wall jump max. And then when the player hits the ground, wall jump times is equal to 0. So this is meant to be so that if the player jumps too many times on the wall attempting to break the game in that method, then they just won't be able to do that. So wall jump max, make that, let's make that 3. Or actually, no, I'm going to make it 1 for right now. Yep, okay. So that works right off the bat. Fantastic. It's always lovely to see that, isn't it? So, and we can set that to whatever amount we want when it comes down to it. Alright, so there's that. What else? What was the other thing I wanted to try doing? I was mostly just working on the wall jump, getting that to work, but I really don't know how to make it so that wait. Is jumping on wall is equal to true. So I need to make it so that it updates while the player is inside the wall. I don't think I could do that with on trigger enter. So we'll leave it like this for right now. Hopefully that's all right. I don't think it will be, but it's the best I can do at the moment. So I could make it so that when the player is on the wall and they jump, it sends them away from the wall. I could do that. so that it forces players away from the wall. But I don't know exactly how I would do that. We'll worry about that later. What we are going to worry about this time is getting that. Yes. All right. So what we need this to do is if game object dot find game object tab with tag, player weapon work with me. Thank you. Make it all look all nice, pretty. So what I'm hoping this does is if it detects an object, if it detects the object with the player weapon, then it does everything. However, if it doesn't detect anything, then it doesn't do anything. And then if game object dot find game object with tag player weapon get rid of this. So I'm hoping this fixes the problem that we found at the very end. So we're going to come back here and we're going to test this out because this is important to figure out. So I should be able to do that. That's teleport. Now if I press that, all right, so that is the issue. Okay. Because I shouldn't be able to do this and then press it again, press R, and then fire again. That should be the only one in the scene at this exact moment. So game objects with tag dot count length is equal to 1. We're going to put this up here too. Game objects with tag player weapon dot length is equal to 1. So why are we doing this? Length is meant to get the total length of the array. So if the length of this array is equal to 1 and only 1, then it should work. If it is less than 1, it will not work. If it is greater than 1, it hopefully won't get to that point. So there it is. There it is. And then right click, right click. Huh. That is an interesting predicament. I have two. Hold on, let's go into the scene. I have two. Oh my gosh. It's not destroying it. The other one is over here. That's weird. Why is it like that? Alright, fire that out. That works. See that? That works. That doesn't work. Ooh. Oh my. So why does this work? Sorry, I'm pointing in real life. Why does this work, but not this? It's because I'm not destroying. So there's two ways that I could do this. Destroy game object dot tag. It's just game object tag player weapon. Put a little semicolon. Put a little semicolon right there. So we'll do it like that. And then I'll show you the other way that I was thinking of doing this in case I am not enjoying this one. But it's essentially, so that works specifically. That, right click, teleports to it, destroys the object. Perfect. All right. So the other way is I have something called weapon pickup. Weapon pickup at this exact moment doesn't really have anything. Now, what weapon pickup is supposed to do, it's supposed to destroy the game object and call upon in player script weapon pickup and activate a weapon stat. Now, the issue is that down here in weapon pickup, I don't have any weapon stats and I don't have anything in weapon pickup. So I need to get rid of this. So I could theoretically just remove this and copy essentially this code over to it. We'll do that quick. But we're going to change this real quick to just game object dot, destroy game object. We're just going to change it to that so it's not trying to find itself by searching the scene. That would be stupid. So, but we need something for weapon pickup because as you can see when we start our game, we gotta get rid of this window quick. We don't have anything. As in, like, there's no visual cue that, like, we have that up our asses. So that's great and all, but I'd like the player to be able to see that, hey, look, you have the spear. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? So to do this, we have under the main camera our supposed weapon.
It looks very cute, doesn't it?
The thing is that we want our weapon to show that we are holding a weapon or not holding a weapon. So, how would we go about doing that? That is a great question. So we're going to go to prefabs. There we go. We need to open this. Empty hand already has it. Weapons already has it. So then in player controller, I already sort of have this set up. What we're going to do is we're going to convert this. So we're going to have this be weapon. Sorry. What's that? Yeah, weapon func dot weapon stats dot shoot rate. And we're going to copy this. So I can just copy paste dot shoot damage dot shoot distance and it'll be that simple. There. So that'll do that. I also need to change the audio clip. And how we're going to do this is straight up in start, we're calling change weapons. So at the start, it should automatically set the spear into the player's hands. Now, this is not going to, oh god, this is not going to make it so that when I throw it, the halberd disappears, which is problematic. So what we need it to do is when the player throws the spear, we're going to name this change hands. We're going to do shoot rate is equal to 0, shoot damage is equal to 0, shoot distance is equal to 0, weapon model dot get component mesh filter shared mesh is equal to, and then we're going to open up weapon func again, and then empty hand script dot empty hand model dot get component mesh filter dot shared mesh. Now what is this doing? So inside of this weapon we have a mesh renderer and a mesh filter. What it's doing right now is it is rendering nothing. But when I open this up and it changes, you can see that the mesh filter and the mesh renderer update to show our halberd. Now, what we are doing down here is we are having it instead, just copy this real quick, is we are having it overwrite this and set it equal to the empty hand model. Why do you have to do this specifically? Sorry, mesh renderer. I don't know, but it doesn't work properly otherwise. I have tried it where I would just set weapon model equal to the empty hand model. It just didn't update. So I'm guessing it's because it's trying to... Oh, that would probably be why. It's trying to override it, the actual model that's the player's hands, instead of just altering it and updating it. So it's pretty much setting the variable to something completely new instead of just changing the variable, which is that's the best guess that I have. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt, I guess. Mesh renderer, not shared material. Okay. And then audio clip, I don't think really needs to change. And I do need to weapon model dot transform dot local scale is equal to weapon func dot weapon. Sorry, not weapons. That's empty hand script dot empty hand model dot transform dot local scale. Okay. Ooh. There we go. So we're gonna come in here. I'm not trying to make this look pretty just yet. I don't have anything calling this. Alright, so I'm gonna make this public. Make this public. You'll see why in a moment. So, shoot test. Game manager dot instance dot player script dot change hand, and then over an empty hand, I want to make sure that it does it, so I'm going to put it directly in here. Game manager dot instance dot player script dot change weapons, and then we're going to copy this, plat these down here, and we're going to make sure to save everything. So what these are doing is they are calling this function, and what this is doing is it is calling this function. That way, when I'm not even sure if I need this. That way, when I pick up a weapon, or drop a weapon, or do anything with a weapon, it automatically updates to the correct thing. Now, what I need to do here is weapon pickup. I don't need this anymore, so change weapons. Do that. And then we'll just get rid of weapon pickup. And I need to make sure in shoot test that it is not calling this. So I'm not using that anymore. I'm going to just get rid of that. Okay, so clean up my code a little bit, made it look a little prettier. So now I should be able to do this. Now I have my weapon back. Doop, boop, doop, boop, doop, boop, doop, boop. Now if I do that, what just happened? That was weird. What was that? Can I replicate that? How did I do that? I mean, there's other issues. I believe it's on halberd pickup. Pickup. Yeah. Let's solve this quick. So I need to take this script. Pick up. I don't even think I need stats on that anymore. It just needs to activate the weapons stat. It just needs to change it. Yeah, because I'm not like picking up new items. That's a relic from the previous part of this project where we had to implement items and objects. What I need this to do right now is just, I need to be able to throw it and then have it activate a script, but it's not. Copy component, move component. Can I just paste this? Paste component is new. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. It's so tiny. So tiny. Alright. Z-axis. Going to make it like that. Increase the radius. Make it a bit longer. Move it like that a little bit. I'm gonna move it down. Whenever you're doing things that the player needs to interact with, you always want to make it just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger than the object so that the player can actually manage to interact with it. Now, if you make it too small, the player won't be able to hit it. If it is too big, then it can cause other issues. So the general rule of thumb is if you have an enemy, you want to make their hitboxes bigger and their hurt boxes smaller. And then vice versa for the player. If you want to create like an easy game. The reason for this is so that the player can have more intensity. So like, they're narrowly dodging blades. They're barely making it out alive. They're just on the cusp, you know? Which is why you have games like Assassin's Creed, specifically the older ones, where it's like you're at 0 health and you're still going. You're still taking hits. You're still managing to pull through somehow. You know, you're holding on. You're right there. You're right on the cusp, you know? So that's why that is like that. So now that that is working, we're going to test this proper. So like that, come in, pick it up, it's good. Like that. Back in hand. Now, what I could also do, but I really don't feel like it at the moment. Sorry, wrong thing. Is making this also a player weapon. I'm gonna test this at least. I at least want to test it, see what that's like. Draw that back. Yeah. Why am I not having this? Because I feel like it would be too powerful. I mean, like, imagine a player being able to throw a spear and then teleport to it repeatedly for all of eternity. Meanwhile, if the player... Oh, crap. Meanwhile, if the player can only do it when it's like this, You know? It makes it so that the player has to wait. It's a fine line that you have to walk along where you don't want the player to become too powerful because of the mechanics that you have given them, but you don't want to make it so easy that there is... Sorry, you don't want to make it so easy that the player doesn't have any fun, or give them too many options that they don't know what to select from, while also not giving them... while not making it so hard that there is no way to derive fun from it, and make it so that there's enough options that the player doesn't feel stifled. So, yeah. So, we're going to come in here. Now, for... Crap, what was the next thing I was going to work on? I keep getting distracted by little tiny things. Could work on that. Could try implementing this spear throw proper. Now, I keep talking about this, and the issue that I need to solve is that the spear uses rigid body at this exact moment, which isn't bad. It's not great. I don't enjoy it, but it's not bad. Alright. So what I need to do is, number one, send out a rate cast. Not in here, but instead in shoot test. So what this is going to be doing is it's going to be oh my gosh, is it's going to... So this is instantiating the object. That is exactly what this is doing. What I need is another method. I'm going to put this separate just so I can keep track of it. A public void distance calculator. So what this is going to be doing, and I'm going to need... No, I won't need that. All right, so what this is going to be is it is going to... It is going to send out a raycast. Raycast hit, called hit. It's going to if. Going to bring speed throw over here so I can keep track of the code that I need. So if physics.raycast game manager dot instance dot player dot transform dot position transform dot forward out hit, and then we're going to, what is it, game manager dot instance dot player script dot shoot distance. So what this is going to do is it's going to shoot out a raycast and bring back distance at the maximum range. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to make it if hit dot collider is not equal to null. So if it hits something, we need it to bring out dot collider dot distance. Is this right? The distance from the ray's origin to the impact point. Okay. So here we need a float. This float is going to be called distance from player into distance from player is equal to that. That's going to be the first part of our physics equation. So it's just going to get distance. Otherwise, this is going to be equal to game manager dot instance dot player script dot shoot distance. Now, what we need next is we need to figure out the velocity. And then also the angle to fire it from to reach it. Yay, physics, everybody. Having a good time. Having a good time. I swear we're having a good time. Having a good time, aren't we? We're having a good time. All right. So, physics. And angle. So essentially, what we need to do is I believe we're just going to make it fire at 45 degrees. So as long as it's at 45 degrees, we'll be fine. What we need to instead do is apply a velocity to the object that will fire out in an arc. And that is going to be the y and the z that is going to be affected in the object. So we're going to actually set it up very similarly to how we're doing movement in the player. But we're going to do that not in shoot test, but in fact in spear throw. What this is getting is the actual distance that the spear needs to go. So then, what we're going to do over here in player controller is we're going to have a float. So we're going to make this public. We're going to make it public. Public float weapon fly distance. What we're going to do over here at shoot test is we're actually going to get rid of that. So game manager dot instance dot player script dot shoot distance. Sorry, not shoot distance. Weapon fly distance equal to that. You'll see why in a moment. Overwrite that. So now we have it. So this is the distance that the weapon needs to fly. So then we're going to come back into spear throw. Now, this is not going to change. Why? Because this is what actually deals damage to the enemies. What we are going to do is, I don't want this, but I don't want to get rid of this. So we're just going to comment that out. We need to make it so that the spear has an initial velocity. So we're going to need a vector 3. Vector 3. We're going to name it move. I could name it something funny, but we're not going to. I'm going to drag out player controller for now, so I can look at my move. So what we're going to do is we're going to move is equal to move dot transform dot forward multiplied by, I don't want speed like that. Frankly, I can just get rid of all of this, and in fact I really should get rid of all of this, and I'll fix all of that. So except for that one. This one I don't even think it's being used. Yeah, it's not being used. The timer is not being used, because why would it be? The speed I don't want, and I already have damage somewhere else. So this, I'm going to change to, do I still have it? Yes. Dot shoot damage. Alright. So why am I keeping the attack distance the same? Because it's not going to be the same as anything else. So we're just going to make sure that this works first. So we're just gonna .0f. We're gonna do this first, just to make sure that I'm not fucking with anything weird. Distance dot player does not exist in the current context. What? The name distance from player does not exist in the current context. Yes, it doesn't. Okay, that'll fix that. So we're just gonna make sure that when I shoot it, it flies out from the player. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Not very impressive, I know. So, and that is because I need to apply a very, very specific velocity to it. So, what needs to happen is I need to give the object, maybe, let me get an idea of how fast I need to go so I can have like a ballpark, I guess. Start off with that. There is a lot more to this equation that I'm going to need to be doing. Right now, it's not having any forward momentum. Oops. Move dot. I'm just messing around at this point. Don't even bother following along for this one. I'm just curious to see what happens, you know? Well, nothing. Okay. So I need to be able to apply a force to it. How that's doing it there, it is not doing what I need it to be doing. So what if instead I need to get an idea of what I need to be doing, where I need to have it. But the equation is going to basically just be firing from 45 degrees. How fast does it need to go to be able to reach the specified distance? And that's going to be set up as a physics equation. Look at that. Still not working. At least we have it spawning in, it's out in the open, all that jazz. Is this dumb? You're goddamn right it is. Alright. This is gonna be so dumb. It's gonna be so dumb. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. And I'm about to find out it's not work. Alright. Because it's not affecting anything with the object itself, you fuckwit. Game object dot transform dot forward to move. Sort of. Sort of. But it's constantly going backwards. How do I solve that one, everybody? Why is it like that? That would be in prefabs. Up and throw. I'll open this up real quick. Yeah. Interesting. Negative. We'll make it negative, shall we? See what that does to it. Like it should be going the opposite direction. I don't know why that's happening. That is weird, isn't it? It's really weird. Why are you doing that? I mean, like, I think we've started to figure this out. This will work. I know that'll work, but it's firing out at the exact same velocity, the exact same speed, and it's not hitting where I want it to hit every single time. It's just kind of like 2 down instantly, which is not what I want. what I needed to do instead is be able to hit a specific point from the player. To do that, I need to calculate the distance, then take into account the vertical acceleration, which is going to be negative because it's gravity, and then find the forward's velocity to have it hit that spot before it reaches 0. That is what I need to do. So, the question is, I already have velocity. What I needed to do in update is not have like an initial velocity, but have it be so that this is equal to what I'm going to do is I'm going to need move. Move is equal to game object dot transform dot forward multiplied by really stupid high number. So f plus game object dot transform dot up multiply divided by 1. Will this work? No, but we're going to have fun doing it anyway. In the last couple minutes that I have to record right now. Because very, very soon I'm going to have to... Yeah, look at that. Still doesn't work. But the reason for that is because I don't have move updating... transform move. I want you to move for me. Move multiplied by time dot delta time. Will this work? I doubt it. But it'll be fun to figure it out, won't it? No. Anyway. Whoa, it is gone! It's not even gonna hit the ground. Plenty of reasons for this. It went right through the object. If I leave it go for too long, that's going to start doing stupid stuff. Okay. So, figure that out. Let's do that. Let's try that. So we're going to, this is going to probably be like the last thing I try right now. Serialized field, character controller. Is this a bad idea? No comment. It's not gonna bother with that. Alright, So we're going to come back into here. We're going to make this 0.00001. 0.000001. I think it's literally just flinging the spear, which is not what I want. So we're gonna come down here, do controller dot move time dot delta time. I just want to make sure that the basic stuff is working before I attempt to do anything stupid. Too late. Alright, so it's not doing anything that I need it to be doing, and it's instantiating it fucking weird now. So I am going to go ahead, leave it off there. I know we didn't get it done with a whole lot this episode that really matters. Hopefully next time I'll have more solutions. Oh. Oh? No. Okay. Hopefully next time I have more solutions, less problems, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. See you all next time. Bye.